Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is gonna be very interesting because it's not the first time I'm recording in English, but it's the first time I'm recording for this channel specifically. So you can listen to it as a podcast because it's only me talking. And if you don't know me, I'm 27 years old. I am Hikikomori and I live in Brazil. As you notice, my accent is is from a person that doesn't have English as their native language. And yeah, I hope you can understand me and follow my explanation. Okay, so today's topic is about friendship. It's a topic that I've been thinking a lot lately, and I'd like to share you about you. I've been thinking because I've been seeing a lot of videos about I'm she's numbers of years and I don't have friends. This pops out on YouTube recommendations a lot, and I would like to give you my take on it and why people are not making friends anymore. And I think I can give you advices about how to make friends. Okay, so it's important to know about two main things, which is friendship is like sorry, let me rephrase that. Are friends gonna make me happy? And how important is a good friendship? The first question, I can assure you, friends are not gonna make you happy. And the second question, a good friendship is really important for your development as a human being. So, how can you have these two things? How friends are not gonna make you happy at the same time that a good friend can help you develop as a human being and is really good for you. Okay, so uh, I'm gonna give you a little background about myself. I could say that I was a very awkward kid. I had no friends. I couldn't interact with kids. I had a lot of social anxiety until my early adulthood, and this gave me a lot of headache for my development as an adult. And only now that I'm 27 that I understand many things that happened with me, and I'd like to share about it. So since an early age, I think I was different. I was more mature. I noticed that kids were very mean, not only to me but to other kids. You know, and kids are mean somehow because they don't know better. Of course, they act like kids. So I don't judge them now that I'm an adult, but back when I was a kid, I had this sense of justice that would not allow me to interact with those kids because if I suffered multiple times with these kids, why would I interact with them again? So this made no sense. I would not I would not interact with the kids that harmed me. And I was afraid to get harmed by new kids. So in a way, I isolated myself because I was afraid of being hurt, of, of bullying, and that had a huge impact in my social development. Okay, so moving forward to the question that I just made in the beginning of the video, why friends are not gonna make you happy? You know, I think I think the main thing is what is a friend? Okay, so there are many types of friends. We act differently among people, which is completely normal. So, you know, for me, a friend doesn't need to be someone very special. A friend is someone who is there for me, who is there when I need to talk about things, who is there to notice me when I need the most. But not all the time. A friend is not someone who is going to help every time you need them. It's someone that exists, and you cherish their existence. You are happy they exist. I think the fact that you're happy about other human being existing can be related to having friends. So if this is mutual, if the person is happy that you exist and you're happy that they exist, so I consider that this a friendship. There's a mosquito flying by here. So sorry if I try uh, to to kill the mosquito. It's around here. So um, yeah. So back to what I was saying is that if you care about someone and the person care about you, even it's in the subtle details. It doesn't need to be a deep worry or a deep care. It's like simple things. I think this categorizes a friendship. And the fact is, you don't need many friends in your life. If you have family members that you consider friends, this is already good enough. If you have one friend, that's amazing. You're doing great. If you don't have any friends, but you know you you think you can like love yourself and be friends with yourself, this is also amazing. Um, of course, one thing that I would like to put in your mind is there is always gonna be someone who cares about you. It doesn't necessarily need to be a deep connection. It doesn't necessarily need to be a deep care, but there's always gonna be someone who's gonna think about you and is gonna be thinking about you. This thought that nobody cares about me and nobody loves me, this is a cognitive mistake. This is a mistake that we tell ourselves, and we repeat ourselves many and many times that it becomes true, but it's actually false. Because if you know, if you have simple interaction with someone, that's just already a super positive thing. And if you're noticed in a space that has a lot of people and you are noticed in a good way, that's already a huge thing. So, of course, our minds are always lying to us. Our mind keep telling you don't matter, people don't care about you, you are not loved. This is bullshit. You are loved, people care about you. Even if you don't think so right now, it's important to realize that someday and somehow you're loved right now. And that's a very powerful thought that I want to give to you. And it's important to stop the loop of lies that our mind keeps telling us. Uh, and that in mind, I didn't answer the question, did I? So why friendship? I mean, why friends are not gonna make you happy? Because in order to make connections, in order to make friends, you need to befriend yourself. You need to at least give you a little peace of mind, give you a little tap on the shoulder, you know. If you keep antagonize yourself, if you keep telling these lies that keep you down, you will not enjoy friendship. You need to at least breathe, breathe, and realize you are not the worst person in the world. You are not you are not terrible. You can do it. And after these thoughts, only after these thoughts, you can start thinking about friendship. You know, you can think about finding a relationship even. If you if we stop starting if we stop regretting and start keeping your mind in peace, not telling lies to yourself. This is a huge, huge thing. So that's the reason why making friends will not make you happy if you not befriend yourself first. So for the second question is why a good friend will matter in the future. If you have only one friend, that's already amazing, as I said it before. But you don't need a best friend. You don't need many best friends. Heck, you only need people that somehow, notice you and you notice them back. That's what you need. And after you notice them and they notice you can form a bond. And this bond can be stronger or not very strong. And that's completely fine. You can have strong bonds with people you've just met, and you don't have strong bonds with people you know from many years ago. And that's completely fine. There is no way to measure how strong a bond is, but there's always going to be a bond between you and people. Some bonds are strong, some bonds are weak, and some bonds don't exist. And you need to separate, you need to separate and think about which bond is the most important for me, because there are there are bonds that are good, that make you happy, that that give you a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging. But there are other bonds that make you miserable, that make you sad, that make you terrible. So it's important to analyze how strong this bond is and what feelings this bond brings to you. So all what I'm saying is analyze your relationships. Analyze yourself first. It's important to analyze yourself first and then analyze your friendships. Don't put a number on a scale like, oh, this bond is 0, this bond is like top 10. But think about how you feel about it. And after that, you're gonna have a sense, a deep sense of connection. Friends are important to make us belong somewhere. As I said, friends don't need to be super present all the time. But if they notice you notice them, you feel a real sense of belonging, which is really important. I started having this sense of belonging after, only after I started accepting who I am, accepting that I'm an introvert, accepting that I like very specific things that most people don't relate about. For example, I enjoy maps. You can see on my background, I have a collection of maps. There are not many people who can talk about maps, like face to face. I have a collection of books. I have a library in my house. There are not many people that have libraries in their houses, and that's completely fine. You know, um, what was I what was I saying? The thing is, I only started to make true bonds only when I started accepting who I am and accepting that there are weak bonds and there are strong bonds. There are people that you meet that are gonna try to hurt you, and there are people that are going to try to befriend you. And only after you have this knowledge, this self-reflection, you can separate. You can give you can you can self-analyze yourself, and you can sense your self-worth, and you can sense if these friends are good or not. So yeah, um so yeah, friendships, uh friends in general are really important, but as I said, at the same time they are not they are important, that they will not make you happy, because you need to, you know, analyze yourself, accept yourself, take a deep breath, and after that you can start interacting. And the last thing I like to talk about is why this kind of content became so popular. Why talking about friends became so popular on YouTube. Well, I think that we've been going through a friendship crisis. Oh, sorry, a friendship crisis. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I think after the pandemics and after the isolation, things got much worse. Things were already bad before the pandemics, but after it, things escalated in a level that I wasn't expecting. Um, yeah, there are many things involved. There are like social media involved. There are uh, chat groups. You know, people don't interact face to face; they interact through chat groups. Um, People spend most of their times on their screens, and when they meet, they don't look eye to eye. They only look at the screen, which is a huge problem, because human contact is what sends our most subtle feelings about each other. So yeah, it's crazy how people can relate to these types of videos. How many people don't have friends anymore, and how they struggle about loneliness. And I can say that I struggled with it not long ago, but I found a way. And if I found a way, being a chronicle depressive person, I was diagnosed as a chronic depressed per I had that, like, I don't know how to say it in English. It's a chronic depression personality disorder. That's me. No, if I I got a way to make bonds, even if they are not strong, you can do it. I know you can do it. And you know, one advice I could tell you is at least give you a little tap on the shoulder. I'm not that bad. I'm not that terrible. I'm grateful about the things I have. Another advice I can give you: try to use less social media. Try to consume less content online. Try to scroll less your feed, and you're gonna see how less addicted you're gonna be and how more attention you're gonna give to yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to give attention to yourself. With that in mind, thank you for watching. It's been really difficult um, to explain these feelings in English, and I hope I didn't make many mistakes. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.